Here I have a lesson plan on nanotechnology. I will start my lesson off by explaining what is nanotechnology. So students would first watch a YouTube video that explains nanotechnology. After the video and students have an idea about what nanotechnology is, there is a nano song that goes more in depth with an explanation, but it's also very engaging. So my science experiment is sunscreen with nanoparticles more efficient than regular sunscreen? That is my question I am posing. I'm going to do a little background research. What is nanotechnology? It's a new word. It's coming into schools, but some students do not know what it is. So nanotechnology deals with structures sized between 1 to 100 nanometers. It is very, very small nanoproducts. So not only do I want students to do background research on what is nanotechnology, but how do nanoparticles make materials different from materials with no nanoparticles? Well, particles created at the nanoscale have different chemical and physical properties than larger particles of the same material. Next, conduct a hypothesis. I think nano sunscreen is more efficient than non-nano sunscreen and does not absorb as fast as sunscreen without nanoparticles. I want students to do an experiment testing sunscreen that has nanoproducts in it and sunscreen that has no nanoproducts in it. So students will be given two types of sunscreens. First, I want them to place a small amount of sunscreen with nanoparticles on a piece of black paper and rub it in using a paddle pop stick. I want them to time how long it takes for the sunscreen to become transparent. Record the time. Then I want them to do it again, but this time using sunscreen without nanoparticles on another piece of black paper. Rub it in the same way and time how long. Then I want students to analyze the results and draw a conclusion. Did the sunscreen with or without nanoparticles become transparent quicker? Students will see that the sunscreen without nanoparticles becomes transparent quicker because the particles are very small and it's easier for them to be absorbed quicker. After students do my experiment, I have some discussion questions for them to do. I also have a sheet that I will like students to complete. My sheet can be downloaded at the bottom of my webpage, and it just has discussion questions for them. Let me pull it up. And to compare using a Venn diagram, nano sunscreen versus non-nano sunscreen, what they would prefer to use, the quality of the sunscreen. I also have attached at the bottom my lesson plan. And after, or even before, I also have students who are very interested in nanotechnology. I have a clean room lab for them to explore by clicking on the link, and it actually takes them to a laboratory that does nanotechnology. And I also have some articles for them to read, a link that they'll click, and it has some articles that have to do with nanotechnology. So those are for either the whole class or just for some students who are extremely interested in nanotechnology.